What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the Jordan Davis Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Davis. I hope you're having a wonderful day, weekend, whenever you're listening to this or watching this, no matter where you are in the world. I'm just glad you're here on the channel for the new episode of the Jordan Davis Podcast. So, getting that out of the way, on today's episode, we're going to be doing a little discussion about Marvel. And when I mean Marvel, I mean particularly Spider-Man No Way Home. Because No Way Home has been on my mind particularly a lot lately because it's really shaping up to be one of the biggest Marvel movies I can remember. Now, all we've heard are rumors, right? All we've heard are rumors of Doctor Strange being in this, Electro, Jamie Foxx's Electro, let's see what else, Doc Ock, Alfred Molina, from Spider-Man 2, his character, being in No Way Home. I mean, it's just so crazy of the rumors, and being backed up by a lot of people. Since we know Alfred Molina is in this movie, we have to assume the things that we've been hearing, like Green Goblin, William Dafoe's Green Goblin from Spider-Man 1, Electro, Jamie Foxx's Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2. So a lot of things are really coming together for this movie, that because this is going to be connected to Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. So I'm assuming that that movie is going to be even bigger than what we are getting in No Way Home. So I really wanted to talk about today, is Spider-Man No Way Home, could this be the best movie Marvel has ever produced? To get everything right, will this be the best MCU movie to date? So, yeah, that's gonna be the question of today's podcast. But before we get into that, if you're a new person to my channel, to my content, I talk about Marvel, DC, Star Wars, any kind of blockbuster movies I talk about, and I give movie reviews as well. So if you all like that stuff, and if you're a big fan of movies, make sure to comment below, hit the like button, and hit the subscribe button as well, because that would really help out my channel, and I would really appreciate it. And to make sure you know when my videos go up, hit the notification bell at the bottom so you are notified. So now that we got that out of the way as well, let's get right into this episode. Now, I've been very excited about this movie, just off of, because I'm a Spider-Man fan. I really want to see what they were leading to after Far From Home. And the title really gives it a, good meaning, like No Way Home, because his identity is out. He can't go home. He can't go anywhere because he is being chased around the city thinking he's a murderer, which we all know he's not a murderer. And so when I first thought about this movie, before hearing anything else about it, before hearing any inside information from other people, I was like, okay, we're gonna have a Spider-Man movie where, he beats the odds and proves his name, and he becomes that big New York superhero that the fans love. He is the people's hero. I call Spider-Man the people's hero, because you're not gonna get that with the Avengers. The people hate the Avengers because of all the damage they cause. And with Spider-Man, he saved the little guy. He saves, the common person. He saves people from a bank robbery, from saving people from a dangerous bus accident in the making. So he is protecting every single person the most that he can, while the Avengers are just doing their stuff, and so I think I kind of figured that like this movie would really really show that Spider-Man is New York's hero, right? That's their champion, that's their hero, that's their you know their favorite kind of superhero in the MCU. And I thought we would really get to that in this movie. Before even knowing what they were going to do, before even knowing that No Way Home is connected to the multiverse kind of trilogy of what the MCU, Kevin Feige is doing, and it's very interesting. Even if they didn't do the multiverse, I would still be really excited to do kind of like solving his identity, trying to beat J. Jonah Jameson, because I have no doubt he would be more in that movie. And so I got real excited for that. But now knowing what we all know is, yes, this is going to be a chapter in the multiverse saga of what they're doing, because I really think it's just a two-part kind of multiverse, starting with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange 2, because WandaVision didn't really set anything up. To be perfectly honest with you, if we didn't get that post-credit scene of Wanda towards the end of WandaVision, you couldn't tell it said anything else with the multiverse, because they've been very subtle with it. And the reason why I think they've been so subtle with it is because they want the big things to happen in the movie. Like, you're gonna get a big tease to what's gonna happen in Doctor Strange 2, probably towards the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, after everything is solved and everything is taken care of with what's happening in Peter Parker's world and his identity, and with Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and with the two Spider-Men. And so I personally believe this is going to be kind of like, No Way Home is kind of like Infinity War, and Doctor Strange 2 is going to be pretty much like Endgame. I believe that's how big it is. Yes, No Way Home is a big juggernaut on itself, but Doctor Strange 2 is going to be something epic. I think it's going to be 2 times bigger than Endgame. And for what they are doing, because it took them like 21 films to get up to Endgame. But with this, they're really doing it, short arcs that don't take that much time. Because I think we all thought when they were going to do a Spider-Verse kind of movie, and I do think No Way Home will have, it's pretty much Spider-Verse, or at least the beginning of it. We all thought, okay, it's going to be set up, we're going to have a couple of movies, little teases, kind of like the teases they did for the first Avengers film. They had solo movies, and, bam, the Avenger movie. And so I'm going to be very interested how they're going to do all of that, because to me, this movie needs to be at the length of Civil War, in my opinion. If they're going to do these many characters, bring it back, Toby, Andrew, they need to bring back the time length of what Civil War was, because there was a lot of characters, a lot of Avengers, and I think If you can pace it well, if you can give it at least 2 hours and 30 minutes, I think Spider-Man No Way Home can be a really, really good movie. I think it's going to please every Spider-Man fan. It's going to please every Marvel fan. It's going to have the nostalgic of it with Tobey. And, you know, they're going to bring back Andrew Garfield into the MCU as his Spider-Man. Because I know there's fans of Andrews. Because I would say he is a good Spider-Man. But the Peter Parker didn't work for me. But I thought he was just like a great Spider-Man. I always say Tobey Maguire was kind of like the 60s and 70s version of Spider-Man. And I thought Andrew was kind of like the 80s and 90s, and now Tom is kind of like the ultimate version, like ultimate universe of Spider-Man. And I grew up reading the comics of Ultimate Spider-Man, and I really do think Tom is kind of like the best mixture of Tobey and Andrew, and so I'm really excited to see them pop up. I don't know how long it's going to be, but from everything I'm hearing, you know, it's gonna be just like bananas. No Way Home is going to be bananas, and I mean that in a good way. And I think my only hold up on this movie is like, how are they going to deal with that identity? Because the identity of Spider-Man is so important to the character, because it makes him stand out so much more, and he needs that identity to protect the people that he loves and cares about. Because he can't be Tony Stark, he can't be Captain America, he can't be Thor. He is an everyday kind of dude. He needs a secret identity so the people he loves don't get hurt, because the people around him are normal people, right? And what makes him so special, and what makes people so gravitate towards Peter Parker, because anyone can be Spider-Man because of that mask. And anyone can relate to Spider-Man because of the problems he goes through. Each and every day he goes through the problems that we do, you know? Trying to pay rent, trying to get a good steady job, and while doing that, being a superhero, so it makes it 2 times more tough. So I think that's kind of my concern. How are they going to deal with that identity? Because for me, they need to keep that identity. It's just such a core aspect to Spider-Man, and I think I would have to wait and see what they do, and I would have to really think about what the direction they really went. Now, if they just went like like Doctor Strange, just like made people forget who Spider-Man truly is, or they can say they can use one of those Spider-Men, Tobey or Andrew, as the true. They're the actual true MCU Spider-Man, just to fake out the people. So like the J. Jonah Jameson report was wrong and fake, so that saved Tom's Peter Parker's identity, the Tom Holland version. So I think there's many ways you can do with the identity, and so it's going to be very interesting to see. But I think knowing that Doc Ock is in this movie, knowing that what is to come because of Doc Ock, because of Electro, seeing when the Spider-Man come back, I think making Spider-Man 2, making the Amazing Spider-Man verse canon is really going to make the MCU even more richer, and it gives them an opportunity to bring them back if they want to bring them back. If they don't want to bring back Tobey, maybe they bring back Andrew. Who knows? But I think it should be really excited, because people are kind of kind of hesitant on the Doc Ock thing, and I'm like, okay, I understand that, but let's watch the movie first. Because I am excited to see Doc Ock. I'm excited, whatever they're going to do, I'm just excited to see him. But I think we have to wait how they use him. How they use him. We have not seen a page of the script. We have not seen a second of film of the story. So we have to be patient. We have to wait because we can't assume things that are going to go wrong when we don't even know what's going on. So I would say pump the brakes. People are worried. Just calm down. Wait till you actually see the movie. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's okay. But just make sure, leave your expectations, your concerns at the door before you see this movie. And now to the question, do I think this is going to be the best MCU movie that Marvel Studios has ever produced? It has the potential for sure. It has a big potential. It has it being a very big crowd pleaser. It has the nostalgic. It has, anything you want in a Spider-Man movie. It has the potential to be big action, because there's rumors that there's a fight sequence that took a whole month just to do. That's big. That's Infinity War kind of big. That's Endgame kind of big when you do all that. And I'll say this. It has all the ingredients. It has all the potential to be the best Spider-Man movie and to be the best MCU Spider-Man movie to date. And yes, I have not seen it yet, but everything is lining up for it to be okay. Marvel's about to outdo themselves that we have never seen before. Now that can totally change after Doctor Strange 2. That could be like the best MCU movie that we have ever seen. So, but for right now, for what we know about this movie, for No Way Home, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting my word out there saying this has the potential and it has the ability and it has all the ingredients to be the best MCU movie and the best Spider-Man movie to date. So yeah, that's what I think about what my expectations or what I really think about No Way Home, about this movie. So yeah, I would actually love to know what your opinions are. For Spider-Man fans, for Marvel fans, for MCU fans, just in general. What are your expectations on this movie? Are you excited to see Toby and Andrew teaming up with Tom? Like three Spider-Man on the same screen? How would you react to that? So I would love to know what you thought in the comments. And I really want to get, start discussion, what you really think as, just superhero fans and Marvel fans. How excited would you be to see that? And do you think if that did happen, this would be the best Spider-Man and MCU movie? So I would love to hear from you guys. So make sure to comment below so we can start a discussion about this movie. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the podcast. I want to thank all of you for watching, and also listening to the podcast. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you like this video and you like this content. Make sure to do that so you know when more comes out. So until next time, until the next episode of the Jordan Davis Podcast, I'll see you later. Bye.